Good evening, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Sunday, the 31st of October 2021, and it's almost 8 o'clock in the evening. And October just passed basically, and the situation is still the same, and my circumstances is not getting any better in any way, form, or shape, despite the fact that my abusers trying to make it look like it's getting better, or they are trying to make things better and so on. While the reality is they are keeping me here in the UK, weak, helpless, hopeless, jobless, without money, without any power in terms of deciding what happens in my life and what I can do and where I would live and what I want to do and all of this. Uh, Leaving the UK is inevitable. I said it many times, but it seems that my abusers are not taking notice, and not only this, they are trying to force me to accept what they have in their agenda and what they have in their plans and schemes and all of this. The chemical dosing is still going on, but this time is a bit different. So this time it's not as concentrated. However, whenever I talk about it and say they are still dosing me, they actually dose me more. So think about it this way: the dosing has been going on and hasn't stopped whatsoever. The only difference is the past 3 4 days. Basically, it has become very diluted, so it's not that concentrated, uh, and of course I can feel it. But when I talk about it and when I complain to people that I'm still being dosed and so on, this and that, they actually dose me more. Like today, they actually dosed me more, and basically, you know, nothing has changed. Basically, uh, dosing is dosing. Whether they put 1% concentration or 100% concentration in my body, this is dosing. And anyway, who gave them the right to dose me with chemicals that is destroying my body? And when I say destroying my body, I mean it, because it affects functions in my body. And for them, they just rely on their laboratories and experiments and so on. Oh yeah, it has no side effects, blah blah blah. While in fact they don't know for sure, because any chemicals, any weird chemicals that gets inside anyone's body and affects their any function in their body, even if it wears off, it still has a side effect and still say leave traces and so on in your body. And who gave them the right to dose me? Again, they have done to me what you can never imagine, and even till the moment, and so on. And I'm fighting back. And I remember in 2014 and 15 and 16, protesting, and basically they hit me hard each time. And even in 2017, they hit me so hard that basically I am still recovering, and I actually won't recover from what they did to me in terms of, you know, memories and things that I will take with me even to the grave. Uh, so anyway, I am still carrying on with my plan, and my plan is simple and clear, and basically this is what I am going to do, and hopefully this is where I'm gonna find my happiness, and basically I will find the future that I'm looking for after years, or I mean decades of my life were wasted in fear, use, abuse, and torture and human rights violations. Uh, I don't know what else to say apart from my plan is still the same. Once I am capable of leaving the UK, which hopefully very soon, because it's all financial. Once I get my compensations and any money they owe me. And when I say they, I mean the authorities or any non-government organizations or anyone that got involved in what was done to me, or my financial situation changes, I definitely will be leaving the UK with a big smile upon my face for the fact that I would be leaving a country where I haven't seen any human rights. I haven't seen, or at least for myself, I haven't seen any privacy. I mean, even the new room that they moved me to, I promise you, I did two couple of things to find out if they can see or hear me here, and I promise you, the reaction was straight away. So they are still watching me till the moment. They are still listening to me till the moment. So even they moved me to another room, and actually they are listening, to me, and they are watching, you know, me still. Uh, these bastards, I promise you, these bastards has no other solution, and the only remedy from their slyness and cunningness and, you know, tyranny is that they either go to prison or the grave. And I promise you, there is no other third option for them. This is from what they did to me and other people, which I know for sure. Uh, so yeah, once I get my compensations and money, hopefully very soon, and or my financial situation changes, the first thing I will be doing is to book a flight to Castellón de la Plana. And when I say book a flight to Castellón de la Plana, I mean it. I will book a flight and actually leave the UK, take all my stuff, my luggages, and all of this, and go to Castellón de la Plana. Whether I will actually settle in Castellón or not, it all depends on what I am going to find when I go to Castellón de la Plana. So imagine this, picture this, and visualize this. Fingers crossed, I got my compensations, my money, my freedom. I can leave, I can take everything I have, and basically go to Castellón de la Plana. Once I land there, and once I am actually in Castellón, and I will contact the Spanish government to let them know that I am there to settle down and buy properties and start business and actually restart my life there. This is when I will know if I will be staying there, because I'm not gonna waste a moment. I mean, I located lovely, lovely places as well in the north of Germany and the north of Netherlands and Belgium and even France and all of this, that I can actually restart my life there, wasting no time starting the business I want, air and sea adventures, and the property let or the holiday let, and all of this, and basically start living. But my abusers from the authorities are not allowing me this. And actually, what I can feel and what I can sense and what I can basically, view from the circumstances and all of this, they are wasting every chance of me getting my right compensations from them. And actually, they are trying to break it down to the minimum that they would be paying or giving me. So basically, they are breaking every dream and everything that I thought or said I would be doing or starting in my life or business and so on, breaking it into the least of the least of the least that they can actually say, oh, here you go. And they give me the least. And I can see this clearly, and I cannot do anything about it because simply I don't have any authority or any power. I mean, they used me, they abused me, they tortured me, they did to me everything you would think of. Here in the very UK, I am fucking still in. And and to be honest with you, these bastards, they must go to prison for what they did to me, or the grave. And I'm not God. I don't believe that God exists, and I don't like to harm people or encourage to harm other people and so on. So the only thing I could think of is, if there is God, I mean, I don't believe in God, and I know that God doesn't exist, and I know that God is the creation of mankind. However, if there is God, I'm thinking, why God, if it exists, and as they say, God is just, God is, fair, and all of this bullshit they call for, and all of this. So, if there is God, why did God allow what was done to me over years? And it's not 1 year or two, it's over 2 decades. Why did God allow this to happen to me? Why did God allow someone, regardless what people they are in terms of I know or not or whatever. I mean, I said it many times and I will always say it. If my father was still alive and it turned out that he has got anything to do with what was done to me, I will still put him in prison for what he did to me. And I promise you, when you get to know what was done to me, you will understand. Yeah, so in other words, whoever did this to me, whether it is planned or not, or a coincidence or a mistake or whatever, they must go to prison. This is justice. But where is justice? Where is God? I mean, where is God when they did this to me over 2 decades and got lots of people involved from here and there and all of this? Where is God now from what I'm trying to do? I mean, I'm 45 years old and they wasted over 2 decades of my life. And yet again, I am trying to restart my life. I am like anyone out there, if you're watching me, anyone watching me, I'm like anyone out there. I'm like you, everyone. I want to enjoy life. I want to get on with my life. I want to restart my life. However, th- there seems to be a misunderstanding about what it means to get on with your life, what it means to restart your life. My abusers misunderstand the idea of justice because they have their own concept about justice. They have their own concept about what they can be done because who who can tell them no? Who can force them to do the right thing if what they think is right is what they do? So in other words, they think whatever they think, but the reality is they wasted over 2 decades of my life. They used, abused, tortured, and violated my human rights till the moment there is a camera, I promise you, in this very room and listening devices. And I cannot just go about in the room and dig the walls and all of this or find here and there. So in anyway, they did all of this to me and wasted my life and did this and that, and they are not accepting my idea about justice for me and what I'm claiming, which is to give me my compensations I'm claiming and every penny they owe me, and give me my freedom and let me go. And when I say let me go, I mean to stay away from me forever. Done deal. Like, that's it. Just leave me. Let me restart my life where I want, do what I want, enjoy my life, use my compensations and any money you owe me in order to rebuild the life that you put on hold and did to me what no one would imagine, and actually get on with my life. This is the way of getting on with my life. I mean, any other justice is just what they think of. That's their idea that they believe in, or just what they see, which is wrong. Completely wrong. This is what they see because this is what they want. I mean, anyone out there watching this video, please tell me what is justice when someone was used and abused and tortured and his human rights were violated in every way, shape and form. And I mean it. Whatever you could imagine that was done to someone was done to me. And the justice here is this person, which me, to get my compensations and any money that my abusers and anyone participated in what was done to me, you know, to be paid from these people so I can take this money, and above all of this, my freedom. And when I say my freedom, I mean my freedom completely and utterly, uncompromised freedom. So my future is clear in front of me. I can actually focus on rebuilding my life, starting the businesses I want, start the life I want, where I want, and do what I want in life. This is my life. And my life is passing me by because a bunch of cunts, bastards think otherwise. They think that they know better for me, what is better for me. They think what is better for my life. They think what is better for me to live or whatever, which is completely wrong. Because look what happened to me over the years. Look what I have ended up to in a country where I don't want to live. I am absolutely in torture every single day passes with me in this country, remembering what was done to me here and how the authorities did this to me. And above all of this, it's simple. When someone says, this is what I want for my life, people should stop and listen. Especially when someone who has been through all of this and they know what is better for their own self rather than anyone fucking cunts or bastards claiming that they know what is better for them just because they just want to save some pennies or some money for what they should pay for me as a compensation. And above all of this, just, I don't know, just look at, anyone's life. I mean, I only have one life, and I know this is the only life I will have, and I will ever have. And I don't believe in God, I don't believe in heaven, I don't believe in the afterlife. I believe this is my life. This life is my heaven, and I want to enjoy it, and I want to get on with it and live and enjoy. And my abusers are not allowing me, all because they have another idea, they have another plan, they have another scheme, they have another agenda, which, to be honest with you, should not have anything to do with me. Because I'm a free man. I should be capable of deciding what is better for me, what is I want in life, and do it. Especially once I have my compensations and any money they owe me, I will have enough power over my own life to decide where to live, which house I'm gonna buy and live in, which, businesses I'm going to start, everything in my life I will be capable to decide. How would that be the case if I cannot even till the moment get out of the country where I am in a torture every single day and hour, remembering what was done to me in it, and how the authorities and non-government organizations played a part in destroying my life and breaking it down into nothing even till the moment? You answer me. It is a fact that will never change. The UK will never be a place that I would consider to live in, no matter what. And I am trying to get out of this country as soon as possible. And this is the first step to restart my life and get on with it, is to leave the UK as soon as possible. So leaving the UK is the line that is between what I am in now and restarting and getting on with my life. But my abusers think otherwise, because they trust their technology, they trust their chemistry, they trust their psychological work and psychiatrist and all of this, or they think they will force me to stay in the UK and accept the situation and get on with my life, which will never happen. And then they would blame me that I am the one who wasted my own life. Can someone answer me and tell me what kind of shit is this? When I know what I want to do for my life and what I want to do in my life and what I want in my life. And the first step is to leave the UK permanently. I don't ever want to live in this country after all what was done to me, even till the moment. I want my compensations, I want my freedom, I want any money they owe me, and leave. And if anyone out there thinking, compensations, court, and so on, I already put cases in the court against my abusers. All what they did in return was they are trying to fill the gaps for every evidences I could have to prove what they did to me. Imagine, not only what they have done to me and put me through even till the moment, but also they are trying to cover up for what they did to me. You tell me, what kind of people are these? I promise you, these people either go to prison or the grave. There is no third option for them. And I promise you, this is the reality. I keep talking about this every single time I put on video, and my abusers just getting, they have their agenda, they have their plan, and it is my life that is passing by. It is my life that is being wasted every single day. in a country that I would never, ever, ever like to stay in. And just to give you an idea how bad it is from what was done to me in the UK, that, even if they think that, okay, go to somewhere, the best place or island in the world where it's under the British flag, just that it is under the British flag is enough for me to say no. I don't want to be anywhere near the British flag, no matter what. And anyone out there who's watching this video that might think I'm exaggerating or being dramatic or the UK, blah, 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 and all of this, listen, I respect you think about it. It's your lovely country. You have had no problem whatsoever in your life. And, I don't know what else to say apart from, that's your experience, that's what you have, and I respect that. I'm not going to argue with you about your own experience in this country, but what was done to me here in this country is enough for me. I mean, just one thing they did to me is enough for me to leave the UK, and stay away from the British flag as far as I can. And if you don't understand this, that people's experience are different, and that's what was done to me, and that's my decision, and that's what, they did to me, uh, then I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you don't understand this, then I seriously, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, if you think that what I'm saying is unfair, or this is your beautiful country or whatever, I respect that. Carry on living in that country. You believe it's a lovely country. I am looking for the lovely country where I can call home. And definitely, it will never be the UK. As if, is it Castillon? Is it, in Spain? Or is it in northern Germany or Netherlands? Well, the only thing that will tell when I leave the UK and start or restarting my life, or beginning a new page in my life. Once I leave the UK, this is the restart in my life, and this is a new beginning of my life, and so on. So anyone gets my leaflet and you read that I put in the leaflet my bank details or my saving account details, that's because the current account was compromised, and they erased some transactions that I was going to use to prove in the court of law that they forged formal documents about arrests and all of this. But hopefully there will be other ways to prove it, which I will, try my best. So yeah, I put the saving account, and I promise you, if they compromised my current account, so they have the capabilities to actually even compromise my saving account. And that means that if anyone out there, you get my leaflet and you decide kindly to donate even 50p, you must let me know in person. And when I say in person, I mean it, because every time, you know you try to phone or send an email, I cannot guarantee that it will go through. I can never guarantee that if you send me an email or try to phone me, that it will go through. So the best way is to contact me in person. And to be honest with you, the best thing for me is just to get my compensations and any money they owe me amicably, and informally, so I can actually take it rather than waiting for the court decision and so on, which, to be honest with you, what is going on now, that they are fighting back to cover up for what they did. So it seems it's not gonna be easy as it looks, and maybe I'm wrong, but as it looks, covering up for what they did and all of this, erasing transactions from the current account and so on. So I don't know what else to say. All what I want, I want my compensations and any money they owe me. Leave the UK as soon as possible so I can get on with my life. I can restart my life. I can start enjoying life, and I can, start the business I want and all of this, away from any authorities or any power that is trying to interfere in my life or have any influence in my life. And I'm saying so because anyone out there thinking or believing, especially in the British authorities, especially the high authorities here in the UK that have the hidden channels with other countries, specifically the country where I was born, or any politicians there. Anyone, anyone claims to be a relative or from the country where I was born, trying to say that they are trying or doing the best for me or trying something better for me. Come on, just to stop and think for one moment. Just ask yourself this question. After, I mean, years they used, abused, and tortured me and violated my human rights, and even refused zillions of times my cry out for help and asking them to give me my compensations and any money they owe me informally and amicably and my freedom so I can get on with my life, and they have refused. So why would anyone on earth in the British authorities still liaise with these cunts and still give them the right to interfere in my life here on a British soil? Regardless, if I say I'm leaving the UK, I still have a British passport, and this British passport is still valid until I give it up in Spain or Germany and so on. And that does not give the British government any right to give another government or anyone from any country, even the country where I was born, the right to interfere in my life. And this is another thing that I don't understand. However, lots of people out there who are watching this video might comprehend pretty well about basically that authorities, they have no honor, they have no justice, they only know their scheme, their plans, their agendas, and liaising with other authorities, which are, to be honest with you, I said it before and I believe in it, and I think everyone or lots of people out there understand this as well. But in the end of the day, I am just one person, just one human being. I have no authorities, no power whatsoever. And above all of this, you know, I am under the authorities' thumb. And not only one, but two authorities that teamed up and their goals are the same. But I am determined to expose them everywhere in the world and do my best to let everyone know what these two governments did to me and how they got others involved in a drama and tragedy that they put me through and used me as a bait and used me as an object, and in the end they want to force me to accept to take the least that they would offer, and basically they are trying to keep me here in the UK against my will to contain the situation, and they are trying to put doubts around my mental capacity in terms of, you know, things I say about the beginning of what was done and how it started and all of this, and they are trying to overshadow the facts and the reality of what they did to me in terms of the use, abuse, and torture and human rights violations that actually happened to me here in the UK. And they are trying to make it, or to cover up for it, trying to make it look like I'm just someone who's claiming so, or crazy, or whatever. So they are trying to put me in this gray area where people will question my genuinity or my mental capacity. Is he genuine? You know, or is he crazy or making this up? And it's unbelievable. So even just knowing this is their intention and this is what they are trying to do is unbelievable. I'm not just saying so from nothing. I mean, they erased transactions that I used with my debit card from my current account, and these transactions would prove easily the lies that, you know, they did, and forged formal papers and so on, and that would have proven everything. But then again, there is another option. The landlady where I was staying at number 316 Woodland Walk in Aldershot, and basically I don't know if they can frighten her, or they are gonna influence her, or they are whatever they can do. I mean, they are capable of lots of things. Is she gonna say the truth, or is she going to confirm what they are claiming in the court, or saying something else to you know, to make it vague or whatever, and so I don't know, but I'm trying my best, and there must be other ways to literally uncover this unbelievable stuff that they did to me, and forging papers and use and abuse and torture and human rights violations. And this is not everything, because there is another part of what I experienced and what I know, that basically the public has the right to know. And whatever you're gonna think about it, whatever you're gonna, you know, you can judge, you can, jump to conclusion, whatever. This is your right, regarding, what I don't have evidences for and what I know for sure. But it is the public right to know about this, and it's up to them to decide what they think, and so on. And also because this is me trying to expose my abusers for everything they did to me and other people along the way, that they used me as a bait or as an object and actually caused these people harm. And in the end of the day, I have only one life. And to be honest with you, I know deep down inside me that they will kill me one way or another. And I don't know when, I don't know when they will decide to do so, when they will realize that I'm not gonna give up. I will carry on, trying to expose them for what they did to me and so on. Especially that after they made it clear, they don't, they will never, you know, uh, say the truth about what they did to me and so on. So yeah, it's one life, and to be honest with you, I am like everyone out there. I'm trying to live my life. I want to live, I want to enjoy life, I want to get on with my life, but I cannot get on with my life without my compensations, any money they owe me, and above all of this, justice for what was done to me. Especially that I haven't hurt anyone in my life whatsoever. And even when I was young, and when I say was young, I mean like a young teenager or even younger, I was open to the world in terms of, loving life and doing whatever I want, and doing this and that. I didn't think about it, but I've never harmed anyone and anything, when I was young, even when I was kid, even at home. My whole family loved me so much because I was the one that making them happy, and all of this. So, and even in the neighborhood and all. So in other, not just trying to make myself look like a saint or whatever. I'm just a man, and everyone has their mistakes and all of this, especially when I was, younger and all of this, and when I was young. But in the end of the day, I didn't harm anyone, and I never caused anyone harm and so on, and I never did anything deliberately to someone to harm them or whatever. And this is the point that I believe is the difference between a bad person and a good person. And I'm not saying so to say I am a good person. I believe I am trying to do the right things all the time, and I've been like this for a long time, so I can be a good person rather than a bad person. And what I believe in, that there is a thin line between being a good person and a bad person, which is harming people. So if you harm people in any way, form, or shape deliberately, you're a bad person. And if you carry on or insist on carrying on doing this, you actually confirming you're a bad person. People who make a mistake, and literally rectify it straight away as much as they can, these are the people that you cannot call them bad, because whether even if they did it at some point as a mistake or whatever, although harming people shouldn't be done whatsoever, whether a mistake or whatever, and I'm going to explain this in a minute. But anyway, people who made a mistake and harmed people or caused people harm or damage in any way, form, or shape, and straight away they acknowledge what they did and rectified it, these are the people that you cannot say that they are bad people, because whatever they did wrong, straight away they rectified it because they realized it's wrong. Have I said that there is no justification and there is no reason or any solid ground you can base on it harming people? So there, if you harm people, you cannot come and say, oh, because they did this or that, or you cannot. Even a murderer, a killer, a criminal who killed zillions of people, and you know this for sure, and you caught them red-handed and they admitted it and all of this, you still cannot harm them under any circumstances, in any way, form, or shape. The only thing that you can do as authorities and so on is to give them to the court. So the court decide how many years or whatever they will spend in prison. And again, I don't believe in execution. However, other countries do it and all of this. And to be honest with you, lots of people don't understand what is how bad it is to end someone's life, no matter what they did. I mean, if someone even killed and you end their life, you execute them, you're not gaining anything. You're not bringing the dead back. You're actually adding another dead person to the list. And you're calling it justice. You're calling it that, because they did this or that. And it's not just even killing other people. I mean, some countries, they put execution for any other offense and so on, and they call it capital offense, as if a human being life is, I don't know, nothing. They can do whatever they want to it, which is completely wrong. But again, imprisonment is a way of containing and giving people the chance to see that someone, when they do something wrong, they pay the price by going to prison, and at the same time they are protecting people from anyone who, for example, criminal commits crimes, blah blah blah, by going to prison. And at the same time, you're still respecting the human being's life and the human being in prison. Treat them as human beings. And mind you, what I experienced in Bolindon prison from the beginning till the end is unbelievable. Is unbelievable. And I'm going to put this in details, not just to the court, but everyone in the world should know what was done to me here in the UK. And I'm not proud of telling what was done to me. However, everyone should know what was done to me here in the UK. Well, anyway, back to this point. So, if you do anything wrong, you must go to prison. Even if you are authority, being a person in authority or having authority does not mean that you have the right to harm people or do anything wrong to people or cause any people damage in their life. I'm basing this on investigation or casualties or whatever. You cannot do this. If you are in authorities, your job is to make sure that a country is running in a smooth way. People are protected from anyone that could harm them or cause them any harm, and everything is running fine. But when you use this authority to actually cause people damage and harm people, you have no justification for this. The first rule is you cannot harm people in any way, form, or shape. There is no justification. I mean, think about it this way. Even if you caught a criminal, a murderer, red-handed, and they admit it, you still cannot even, punch them or harm them in any, or even tell them something that will harm. Just let the court decide what will happen to them and how long they will spend in prison and so on. The other thing that I would like to explain as well, people who put any other being before people who put other beings before humans. So I mean, people who think that any kind of animal or bird or whatever is better than a human, or its life is as good or as precious as a human being. These people who believe in this, they are straight. I mean, like, you're not thinking straight. If you think that there is any other life on earth that is more precious than a human being life, regardless, or the same, as the same, precious to you or to the world should be, and so on, then you're wrong. You're just deceiving yourself and everyone else and putting bad measures to life. Because simply, a human being is the human being life is the most important and the most precious life on earth, no matter what. This is, I mean, I don't know what else to say. And before anyone jump to conclusion and think that I'm being contradictive and so on, think about it this way. When I say I want my abuse, if there is God, my abuser should be dead, or my abusers should be dead. That's me being frustrated and thinking about it this way, because there is no, I have no power, no authority, and after all what I experienced, and my abusers are carrying on and covering up for what they have done to me. So yes, I'm still saying it even after saying what I said about a human being alive. I'm still saying it, and I will always say it. If there is a God, where was God from what was done to me? Where is God now from what I'm trying to do in terms of my future and getting on with my life and taking my compensations? And above all of this, where is God from justice in terms of my abusers getting what they deserve for what they did to me? And if there is a God, my abusers are all deserve either the prison, and if this is fail and no one can put them in prison, so God takes them. And I'm not saying someone kills or someone does this or that. If there is a God, it is capable, as you would say if you believe in God, to take my abusers, to take them, to remove them from life, so I can get on with my life. Because no one else can tell them, what did you do? You cannot do this, blah, blah, blah. And above all of this, I'm just as one person who has no authority, no power, and so on. So no one thinks that I'm being contradictory. I will always say it over and over again. If there is a God, my abusers should be either in prison or in the grave. As simple as that. So anyway, back to a human being life is the most precious life on earth, and no other being should be compared to a human being life, or more precious than life. And I said it, and I will always say it. If you put a human being's life on a side of a scale, which no one should anyway, but even if you do this and you put a human being life on a side of a scale, even if that human being is a murderer and the worst notorious human being in the history of mankind whatsoever, you still cannot put anything in the world that can literally be more precious than this life on the other side of the scale. And if anyone thinks that I'm wrong, or people kill, people do, again, think about it this way. A murderer, or someone who's a criminal or notorious or whatever, they still have a life to be respected. And execution is not gonna solve the problem of the reality of the owner of this life. But putting them away from people in prison is the solution. And at the same time, you still can respect this life, care for it, and so on, until it happens naturally and they die, rather than you execute them and take their life from them and so on. So basically, that's what I wanted to say regarding this object. And in the end of the day, I cannot fight for the whole world. How can I even think about helping anyone when I am actually in desperate need of help, so I can get on with my life? And how can I be in a position where I can do anything if I cannot even choose where to live? If I cannot even get justice for what was done to me? If I cannot even prove what they did to me? So it's complicated, it's frustrating, it's desperate measures for me now. However, again, I am not desperate in terms of trying anything rational to prove what they did or whatever. But in the end of the day, it's just more frustration that being added every single day, challenges every single day. And I promise you, this is not a coincidence, regardless the fact that I cannot prove it now and I don't have an evidence. But I promise you, that is not a coincidence. And the challenges that I face every single day, and the frustration that being given to me every single day and so on, this is not a coincidence. And I'm trying my best, and I'm trying my best every single day passes, despite the fact that every single day and every single hour that passes on me is wasted on my life. I cannot restart my life. I cannot do anything whatsoever. I want to get on with my life. I want to restart my life. But my life will restart, and I'm gonna get on with my life with one simple step to get my compensations and my money and leave the UK. This is when my life is gonna restart. This is when I can actually say I will be beginning to get on with my life and restart my life. As for where I'm going to settle down, where I'm going to restart my life, again, if I don't have the choice or the option to choose, because I'm still here in the UK, I don't even have enough money to leave. If I don't even have a choice to choose where I can live, where I can actually use my compensations and money to rebuild my life and do the business I want and do the life or get the life I want and get, on with my life and enjoy it, then what kind of freedom is this? What kind of rectifying is this? Of course, it's not. It's just a masked imprisonment, masked, interfering in my life and tyranny that, you know, being proposed over me for no reason. I mean, it's complicated, and I can talk about this for hours and hours and hours. But all what I can say, life is beautiful. I'm trying to live it, but at the same time, what was done to me can never ever go like nothing. What was done to me must be exposed, and my abusers must be exposed, and they must pay the price for what was done to me. As for getting on with my life, I want to get on with my life today. I want to be on the next flight to Castillon, you know, in 2 hours from now, 3 hours or whatever. And basically this is what I want, to restart my life. But it's every single day passes of my life wasted. And because these bastard cunts in the authorities and high authorities, they have their own agenda, they have their own scheme, they have their own plan, and they have their own dates of things to happen and so on. And I can't see, why should I be under the mercy of such these demented bastards and cunts in authorities who just want to do what they want. They have like a plan, they have life for them is like a scenario, like a play, like a game, like a show. And they are running it, and people are just, characters that they can kill off or kill, you know, properly in life. So it's it's frustrating, it's painful, and I promise you I go through this every single day, and I don't talk about it every single day. And I don't know, I want to get on with my life, I want to restart my life, and the only way to restart my life and get on with it is to get my compensations and money and leave the UK. This is when my life is gonna be restarting, and this is when I start to begin to enjoy life. But my abusers don't think so. They think they have their own plan and agenda and scheme or whatever, and they think that, you know, they can force me to accept what they are trying to oppose over me and force me to accept, which will never happen. If anyone out there know me very well, you know that that will never happen, and the result is my life is going to be on hold for a long, long time, and it's not my fault, because justice must be done, and I must get my compensations, and I must get my money for everything that was done to me so I can restart my life. And above all of this, I need to take my money and compensations and restart it away from the UK, away from the British flag or the flag of the country where I was born. And when I say the flag, I mean authorities. Not even one single. I don't want to be in anywhere, in any place that they have authorities over or have, say about it and so on. And yeah, I want to restart my life. So anyway, if you can help, and if you would like to help, you know what to do. I protest in Bournemouth Square every single day, and hopefully that is gonna change as soon as possible, because I don't enjoy it. I just want to leave and restart my life and start living and so on. and basically my way of starting living. I'm 45 years old, and for me to restart my life and start my Air and Sea Adventures business, it might take up to a year to make it up and running on, or off the ground and basically running, and basically when I get a chance to look and have time to look for my own personal life. And when I say so, to start looking for a nice, decent girlfriend from the place where I'm going to restart my life in, because it's simple. The girlfriend I'm looking for, she must be born, or like a native and local, and born in the place or the town I'm gonna restart my life in. And the simple reason for this, that basically her root would be there, and I can start putting my roots, or making roots for me and family, and become part of it, and that will help me to actually integrate with the town, with the culture, and so on. And so far, the Spanish culture, I'm getting on very well with it, and so on. So yeah, imagine I'm 45 years old, and still there will be another maybe a year until my business is, you know, off the ground and running, and so up and running, and so on. And then looking to restart my life, my personal life, which might take another year. So I would be like 47, and to be honest with you, I want to have lots of kids. I want to have a big family. So I don't know how this is gonna happen, but hopefully I will meet a nice girl who will understand this and wouldn't mind the difference between the age and so on. And yeah, and who would actually be a genuine, 100% genuine, no manipulation, no, you know, interference from anyone, and a very authentic, genuine, organic way of meeting someone who would fall in love with someone naturally for no other reason more than just them, not because of someone telling them, they have had bad time or this and that. And I'm saying so, I'm not trying now to start talking about my personal life, but this is part of my life that needs to start or restart as soon as possible, because I want to have a big family, and this is another joy I love in life, be having a big family. I grew up in a big family myself, and imagine I will be 46, 47 when I am, starting this. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, how many years am I gonna live and be capable of being, the father that looks after their kids and all of this? Um, I don't want to think about it. It's really scary, and it's really putting off and frightening. So all what I can think about now, and all what I'm focusing on, getting my money, my compensations, and get the hell out of the UK as soon as possible, so I can restart my life and start the business I want, because Air and Sea Adventures is my first priority and goal in life once I get my compensations and money. Anything else will be secondary. And if anyone out there asking, do you have a family here or there, or about my daughters and so on, I said it many times before in many videos. My daughters live with their mom, and they haven't seen me for 6 years. And this is the critical age of any child's life, where the presence of their father or any member of their family makes a big difference. And anyone out there that thinks otherwise, that is not gonna change the fact that I'm leaving the UK. My daughters will be with their mom, and if they want to see me, they can come to Spain or whichever country I'm going to restart my life in, to visit me and see me. The fact is, and the reality is, my abusers not just destroyed my life and destroyed the little family I had, but they made sure that even you know, any chance that I still can be in my daughter's life is slim. So for me, I'm trying to get on with my life. My daughters will grow up with their mom. She's looking after them very well. I'm sure of this. And, when they are over 16 years old, they will think about their dad. And if they want to come and see me, They will be very welcome wherever I'm going to restart my life, and my family there, and and my future kids will see them as well, because I will talk to them about them. They will see them as siblings as well, or step, sisters, and they will welcome them. But anything else, I don't think anything else can be dealt with in this situation or this matter. So yeah, life is so beautiful, but these fucking cunts made it so unbearable for me, and they destroyed lots of lovely stuff in my life, and even till the moment, the fucking bastards are trying to treat me like an animal, the stick or the food. When I say they poison me, which they do every single day, but with, very fine doses, they actually, in return of me talking about it and complaining about it, they dose me more. They are treating me like an animal they are trying to train. That's why these cunts must go to prison or the grave, because they will never know what is the meaning of a human being's life that should be respected. A human being is not an animal that could be trained with the stick or the food or whatever or the reward. A human being should be respected as they are. People should be respected as they are. Why the fuck do you want to change people? If you want to change people, go and fucking change yourselves first, you fucking pieces of shit cunts. Because you're fucking cunts and you cannot see it. How many people you killed? How many people you participated in destroying their lives? How many people you did to them or harmed them and caused them damage in their lives? Think about what you have done in your lives to people, and only then think about it. If you can change people like me, my little old me, you want to change, or changing your fucking self and make yourself a human being rather than a fucking monsters that basically just all what they know is killing people, destroying people's lives, spying on this, spying on that, and this and that. And to be honest with you, I don't know what else to say. I will never change, and I never changed. And anyone out there that think that, or claiming that they have changed me or they made me someone new or changed my behavior and so on, all of this bullshit. I have been myself like this for a long, 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 long time. The only time that my behavior changed when these bastards started long time ago to basically interfere in my life. And when I say my behavior changed, I didn't mean that I became horrible or bad person, but I mean in terms of looking at authorities and what they do, the respect I had inside me towards, people who do this and that, gone. This is, and my behavior towards, respecting this and that. And this doesn't mean that I disrespect this or go about disrespecting people and authorities. No, but it's even the way I see things happening. And imagine when people are symbols in front of you, and you, as a kid growing up, you think about people that they do something good, but then you discover that this is all bullshit. They actually, what they do this and this. And I don't mean by this any relative or any, authorities from the country where I was born in particular, but in general, the reality is shocking. The reality is completely and utterly, unbelievable. So yeah, anyway, this is life. I'm trying to restart my life. I'm trying to live. And my abusers out there, I promise you, you're gonna die one day. And I'm not saying so threatening you or, you know, I don't have any authority or power, and I don't like to harm people in any way, form, or shape. However, you are a human being. You have a life. And because you have a life, one day you're gonna lose this. One day you're gonna die. You're not immortal. You're not invincible. You're not, you know, I don't know, a god. Just okay. Just one thing, okay? Just to prove to you that you're just a human being, just hold your breath. Show yourself how long you can hold your breath. No matter how long you can hold your breath, in the end you must breathe, otherwise you will die. This is life. You're just a human being. So, I don't know. If people wake up and people think properly, everything would be great, and I would be in Castillon or wherever with my money, my freedom, restarting my life, you know, and starting to enjoy it. Uh, I think I've talked a lot, I mean, for a long time this time, and yeah, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm fed up. I'm fed up, and my this video is not because I'm bored. It's just or just trying to get things out of my chest, or it's just frustration that I'm trying to get help from anyone out there that actually can help and actually can do something to change, you know, this situation so I can leave the UK as soon as, I don't know, few hours from now, and you know, get on with my life and so on. Life is so beautiful, and I'm trying to live it, but not here in the UK, definitely. Uh, and one day, hopefully very soon, I will be leaving this country, and I will be restarting my life in somewhere nice, somewhere, you know, beautiful like Castillon, or you know, Germany or whatever, where I can actually be myself, restarting my life and all of this. Uh, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. All what I'm gonna say now, that thank you very much for taking time watching this video, and in the end, if you can help, you can. If you cannot help, that's understood. If you can help but you refuse, there is no obligation to help. All what I can say, if there is anyone out there who's genuine and genuinely can help me and desire to help me, please get in touch. My name is Al Brown Spencer. My telephone number is 074659200503. My email address is a4alpha.b4bravo.spencer@hotmail.com. Although I cannot guarantee that if you send me an email or phone me, it will go through. The best way of contacting me is in person, and I protest every single day in Bournemouth Square from 11:30, maybe 12ish, for 2 hours, and that is gonna happen until I leave the UK and restart my life in Castillon or Germany or Netherlands and so on. So you can meet me there, or you can come and meet me where I'm staying at the present time, which I'm trying to move from to a proper accommodation until I leave the UK. And to be honest with you, the step of moving from here to a proper accommodation and so on, again consuming more of my energy and time and money that I don't have, and all of this, and I will have to ask. So I still am trying to leave this room and place. As I try to explain, they still have cameras and listening devices, but the address is 321, or I mean, that's room number 321, and that's in Devon Towers Hotel. So it's in Devon, not Devon the town, or you know, in Cornwall. It is the sorry the county, in Devon Towers Hotel, and that is number 58 to 62 St. Michael Road, and still in Bournemouth, and the postcode is BH25ED. So it's Bravo Hotel 25 Echo Delta. Okay, well, anyway, guys, if you can help, please get in touch, and yeah, we shall see what we can do, so you can help me to get my compensations and money as soon as possible and leave the UK permanently. Oh my word, that would be great. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, and have a good night, and probably you will watch this video either tomorrow at some point, or maybe day after tomorrow. So yeah, let me know if you can help. Thank you. Take care. Bye.